Okay, so my face is now clean. I just washed it and applied moisturizer. For the sake of this review, I'm not going to be applying a primer because I wanted to test out the foundation in its most authentic form, and I also know that not everybody uses a primer. So for you guys who don't use primers, I'm just gonna skip it and show you what this foundation looks like on its own. I mean, I can only assume it's going to be better with a primer, so why not test it as is? Okay, so this is one pump. That's a lot smaller than I usually would use, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 pumps. So about that much. Okay, so I just finished the rest of my makeup. I just put some highlighter under my eyes, a little bit of loose powder, blush, and highlighter on my cheeks, and then my eye makeup, of course. And so that's about it. Right now, I think this foundation is pretty amazing. Again, it feels very lightweight, even with all the rest of my makeup on top of it. It makes the other makeup look pretty damn amazing. I mean, my concealer is just the Sephora brand one, but it's looking pretty bomb. Okay, so it is 11:21 and you guys can't really see it on my phone screen, but I am going to check back in throughout the day. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and take some flash pictures, natural daylight pictures, and just kind of regular pictures inside my apartment so you guys can see what it really looks like in all aspects of your life. Okay, so I hope those pictures were helpful, and I will come check back in a few hours. I have a few things to do, so let's just see how this holds up in Shelly's life. Okay guys, so it is 1:51. It's been about 2 hours since I applied my foundation. I haven't left and done anything crazy yet, but it is a hot day, so I wouldn't be surprised if my skin was oily by now. It does tend to oil up around there, but let's go ahead and give this a look. Okay, so I'm gonna get up close and personal with my skin right now, and I'm gonna tell you, right here in this area is where I would usually start oiling up, maybe in like another hour or so, but I'm not even seeing the slightest sign of it starting to break through at all. Nothing in this area has started to separate. Usually right here where my glasses would sit is where makeup really does not stick to my face, even if I don't wear glasses. Like, it just really does not stay there. Even when I'm applying it, it'll come off. But so far it hasn't moved, which is amazing. Like, that is actually new to me. So the fact that there's still makeup in this area is amazing. So far, 2 hours in, I'm gonna give it another 2 thumbs up. Looks exactly the same as how it was 2 hours ago when I first freshly applied it. Nothing to complain about yet. Nothing to complain about yet. I'll check back in later. Okay guys, so it is 4:17. It's been about 4.5, almost 5 hours of me wearing this foundation. I've already gone out into the LA heat in my hot car to get a coffee. So normally by now my T-zone area would be incredibly oily because of that heat. So let's go check in and see what this foundation is doing. So far I'm noticing, and this could be the concealer, but like it's starting to crease here in my my under eye area, but that's actually pretty standard. I have not been able to find anything that doesn't do that. And in this area, I can very, very slightly see that it's beginning to look a little more dewy. It's not by any means shiny or oily, but it's starting to look a little bit more dewy than before. That meaning my oils are starting to come out, and that has nothing to do with the makeup. That's all really just my skin beginning to oil as it normally does, but it's not breaking down. It's just slightly a little more dewy in that area. As far as my non-oily zones, like my cheek and my jawline, the makeup hasn't moved. It's still there. It still feels very dry, well, very velvety and just like normal skin. So again, right now, almost 5 hours in, I'm gonna give it another thumbs up because I'm not feeling irritated at all. It doesn't feel like anything's on my face. It's still there, blush, highlighter, all still fully intact. And honestly, the fact that it's not incredibly shiny after sitting in my hot car, that means it's doing its fucking job. So shine control is really working for me here. Okay, so with all of that said, I'm gonna come back at the end of the day. I won't be blotting. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how this foundation wears throughout the entire day, and we will talk in a minute. So see you soon. Okay, so it is now the end of the night. It is 8:30 and I've had this foundation on for about 9 or so hours. I went about my normal day. Today was pretty hot, so I mean, my skin was starting to oil up. I was out in the heat in my car. I was in the kitchen cooking while I was meal prepping, and it's just hot, and with these lamps, I'm also getting hotter. So let's go over the final thoughts. Let's check it out right now. Keep in mind, I did not blot or powder a single time today because I really wanted to see how it was going to hold up. And I'm a little nervous because I can feel the grease in my T-zone, but we'll look. Okay, so 9 hours in, it is pretty shiny in my T-zone, like right here, and that's pretty standard. But I will say I'm really impressed with the fact that the foundation isn't breaking down at all. Like, it's still holding its place. It just looks like a very dewy finish. And it's not as irritating as other foundations are in my T-zone. Typically, it would be like really irritating and I would want to scratch it. I don't feel anything like that. It is just a bit shiny. I'm sure you guys can see that. But with a blotting paper or some powder, I'm sure it'll go away super quick and hopefully not cake up. But right now, I'm really impressed with this foundation. It was very comfortable to wear all day. It held its place. It didn't hold its matte finish all the way to the end. However, though, it held its color, its placement, and its coverage all day. So that I am really impressed with. So is it worth $50? I would say yes. I love the way that it felt on my skin. It was very breathable, very lightweight. It feels like skin, it looks like skin. It covers really well, it's very buildable. I think it's a great foundation. The one thing that did disappoint me is the bottle and how you can't take the top off. And then the second thing is that it did lose a bit of its matte finish, but I mean, it held everything else together pretty well. So overall, I'm gonna give this foundation maybe like a 9 out of 10. So if you guys are looking into buying the Diorskin Forever Foundation, I say give it a go, 2 thumbs up. I'm now gonna go sweat my balls off somewhere else because it's incredibly hot in here. But don't forget to click subscribe if you're new. Also turn on your notifications. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. And like always, until next time, bye bitch.